Hello, fellows and furries. As requested, today I'm gonna reintroduce the trainer with all its latest functions and explain as much as I can, and then hopefully help you in your game. Okay, first, obviously I have just uploaded the trainer 2.23, so make sure you download it, open it up. So you open the game, get into your save, and then run the trainer. Then you should be okay to go. All right, next, let me explain all these functions. Okay, in order to make you guys easier, I have made up a file. Okay, I have made up this file, trainer translate, and I will share it in the description below as well. It's in my Google Drive. So that basically have all the translate for each of the tab for the trainer. Okay, and also I have do a quick translation for the artifact and spirits. Let me highlight it actually for yellow so you know what they are. This is artifact and this is spirits. Put it bigger. Okay, so this is all in the following the order of the in the game trainer. Yeah, so you can easily understand them. All right. Okay, now I'm just do a quick explain of all the functions. So the main tab, the trailer main tab. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4 tabs. Yeah, so tab 1. And this tab is basically all the general functions. And obviously a quick explain what they are: instant health, infinite health, infinite spirit, infinite focus, instant kill, and I don't understand what this one is, but this one is basically you can learn all the books without aptitude. I don't know how to translate it, so I didn't translate here, but that generally you shouldn't be, as long as you do anything else, you shouldn't be needed to use this one anyway. So lock the item count. So basically you got 200 items, you use them, you don't use them at all. So I don't really need to use it anyway. Infinite energy, so you can constantly talk, chat anyone, that's fine. This is one I use a lot, which is called instant learn. So basically you got a menu, you can learn it without taking 15 days and do that little mini game. Yeah, so I hate that because it's repetitive. And a guaranteed relation, sometimes good when you want to have a jade lady, and always 100% escape, 100% steal, which is pretty good. 100% steal. 0 cooldown is when you fancy some extraordinary and scenery extraordinary fights. Yeah, I can turn that on. It's very interesting. Infinite artifact durability, useful, so you just stop hassles, you keep repairing it. Fast spirit relationships, basically just quickens your relationship with your spirits. All right, next section is basically teleport the map. So how it works is basically if you turn that on, so you go to your game. I think that's probably pretty useful one. So you open the map. For example, if you want to go there, you can't teleport there anyway. So you can hold the control and click there, and your character actually teleport there. So which is quite useful. And refresh option, I believe, is basically you click the refresh option, and then you if we teleport back to the town, and then the option is start again. Yeah, so you can actually buy stuff. Yeah, so that's pretty useful if you don't want to waste time wait for options just for the purpose of menus you can't progress through. Speed up the world, basically just gear, speed up gear, just make the game runs a bit faster. I don't use it quite often. Bullet times as well slow down, so it doesn't really have much of usage. Speed up movements is pretty okay. Basically just actually make you move faster instead of that smoothing of the game, but I don't use a lot. Background running as well, I don't use a lot. Show all map, that's basically turn all the maps on. Basically it's when you press M, everything is turned on. It actually don't feel good I would rather have some black bit, otherwise it feel really weird. And it also require loads of calculation. So basically, when you turn it on, you have to make one step move, but that step move may take you 3 to 5 minutes until you have to calculate all the thing up and then show the maps. Yeah, so on. Generally, I don't use it because exploration is part of the game anyway. You got lots of time to do it. So that's for that. Remove all the menu items. Just one key to remove everything in your bags. I sometimes use the menus because if I'm adding menus in the later tabs, I probably use that sometimes, but no, generally I don't. Increase visibility range, not necessarily useful as well. On this side, I explained the other two. Now is the stopwatch time I use quite a lot if I want to do something. Yeah, and I don't want people bothering me every month, so I just stop the watch time so I can travel all the way around and open up the maps and stuff without people just keep talking to me, so which is quite useful. And this one is basically no enemy in the wild area. The reason the wild area I mean is basically the like laser and 100,000 hills and mountain stuff where you encounter enemy when you're walking around them. So that one's actually stop that. Yeah, open vault, simple enough, and unlock all the difficulties, change difficulties. No block from Lisa. Basically, when you're trying to enter the central mountain, I think still at the moment it's not open, so it will stop you, but this one will let you pass through. But yeah, something maybe useful. On the right side, we got modified spirit stone, highly usage, modified pieces. Did I spell that wrong? What is it called? I think it's called. Oh, Bugajet. Okay, so sorry. Pieces was the previous explanation. So this basically the other one is modifying this one. Bagua Jade. Okay, Bagua Jade. Okay, sure. So this is changing the Bagua Jade. Oh, I'll leave it at. I put a notes here. Bagua Jade. I put it here so people knows what they are. Okay, very useful. So. Top bit area that's most people been asking me. So this area is regarding the starting feats. So these two. One is basically let you choose instead of 6, you can choose 9. I think game now default is 9 as well. Previously only 6. That's why you got these options on. A second bit is just highly usage. If you want to create a new character, that's basically when you tick that. Everything you roll is red quality. So basically when you tick that on, let me tick that on. And then if you roll this, so it's all red. And it's all red. Then you can choose from. Just roll it. You already skipped the hell of roll. You can just roll this to get some pretty good combinations. That's good enough. Okay. For the other two, that's basically I explain as a unlimited buff and debuff. What I mean by that is basically if you go into the game, you will see you got buffs here. Yeah, so if you go into a person status, there's a destiny, neutral destiny, so you got buffs here, and you got durations. Basically that's basically lock it. Basically you unlimited time, and then the other one is basically remove debuff. Then you have a red one which is a debuff which causes a negative impact to you, then you can just remove it. Yeah, that's for this section. Here is basically about your skills. You got perfect comprehend. Every time you comprehend it's perfect. You got fast comprehend. Basically you know, when you comprehend the skills, it takes some time. If you do comprehend, you have a time here spending, so that one you make it faster. Yeah. Oh, it's actually pretty good. Wow. Okay. Oh man, that's actually really good comprehend. Okay. Yeah, so basically that's the make it faster. So it's to turning on all these descriptions, but I think it's fast enough. So for upgrade, basically when you cultivate skills, yeah, do I have one that not cultivated? No. So when you cultivate skills, it takes that one basically make it faster. But this one I use that sometimes. It just saves time really. But you take that basically every time you comprehend, even if you only have one description, you comprehend one day, that turns everything on, which is quite useful. Quite useful. All right. Okay. So tab number 2, which is that tab here, and changing the fate, destiny, whatever they call it. So I would rather say it's a buff modifier. So obviously they got 2 sections. Left section, this is all the buff and debuffs. You can turn them on, off. So for example, I have some buff on, so they will be yeah, you see that the buff is on. And you can add and remove whatever you want, but I rather don't touch it. So you don't really necessarily need to work around it. You just go in the world and find the buff yourself and then earn them. Really, that's right. The other bit, which is rewrite destiny, is quite useful. So I have translate each stages to this, so you can easily pick them. And then in terms of the feats, yeah, it should automatically shows whatever you have at this stage. So for example, that's basically martial, and that's gold core crystallization. No, sorry, 1 second. That was chi condensation, combat expertise, bare hand. That's what combat expertise bare hand means. So basically, it will show you what your existing are, and then you can change it. But obviously, they are in Chinese. Quite lots of them. So there's a file in this same file on the rewrite destiny tab. There's a translation. It's not necessarily exact translation to whatever it is in the game, but it's pretty easy to understand when you just look at them. Yeah, for example, a shield that have 3 incremental growth and stuff, and for example, the bare hand one, this one is called free hand specialization to waste end game. To combat expertise bare hand. It's similar idea. So if you read description, so basically you don't need fulfilled condition to use the ultimate basically. So you can understand what they are, and then based on the colors you can pick which one you want. This one probably doesn't include everything, but like 90% is in here, and the mostly useful one are here. So you can use this tab plus the explanation here, and to change your destiny. So hopefully that will resolve your usage on this tab. So tab number 3 is the most complicated one. This tab basically is adding everything. Yeah, add everything. So in here I explain what they are. So you got appeal, you got skill books. Skill books means the books, like for example the herb books, like the feng shui or geomancy books, and then all those like forging books and stuff. So it's irrelevant to your skill books. Yeah, equipments, your rings, your rides, mounts and stuff. Yeah. Materials, there's just too much material, so I couldn't translate them. Other stuff, only useful one is I would make sure you note this, is this one. That's basically is the sect contribution, and that one is called Mayor's Decree. Yeah, Mayor's Decree. So sect contribution, Mayor Decree. That's the most important or used stuff you're gonna add. Other than that, then I'm not necessarily thinking you need to add anything else apart from just getting in the game. Okay. So lastly, to tab here, which is artifact, this one, and the spirit. So the artifact, every time you just can add them, and then they all come with the best quality, which is orange or red. Red, I think it's red. And for the spirits, you can add them. Basically, that will increase the progress of your spirit by 1. So what that means is, you got spirit, you got realms. If you add 1, so realm 4 require another 10 of them. So that's basically add 1/10 of it. Yeah, something like that. So that's they are. In terms of who they are, if you look at the tab here of Spirit Artifact, I haven't made a translation, so you can simply let me put it bigger, put a little bit color, put it bluish, so you know what they are. So you can know what they are. They're in Chinese and then English. But generally, you will only look up to this one. So basically up to here. So all of this, guys, are the other spirit with orange border. Yeah, with the border, which is rare one. You only want to really use all of them. You just found them. The other bit is just normal stuff. So, but the translations here, you can use that to add those. Sorry, to add those spirits and help you get in the game. Okay. All right. So I think that explained all these tabs. And the last bit in this tab is this whole section from here to there. So all of this adding what's it called? Adding the menus and stuff. So they are in different ways. This one is basically random adding everything. So you just can add them. And this one is ultimate, emotion skills, special skills, martial skills, and they all separate into categories. For example, that's the sword, that's the spear, that's the blade, that's sword, and then that's different realms you are in, from early to late. Yeah, all the 10 realms. You can actually refer to, which I have in tab 4. Basically, that's sword, blade, spear, blade, spear, sword, fist, palm. You can refer back to there, and then find the right first letter is refers to which category it is, and then you choose the right one to add. You can use that, yeah, which is helpful, pretty helpful. But you just need a little bit of referencing to these files, yeah. And then it's up to here. This one is basically all the 5 mind skills, apart from the critical strike. Because critical strike, physical resist, and the elemental resist have the categories as specified. So this way we'll have these categories or martial aptitude in there. So you choose which one you want to add for these 3. That's critical strike, mind skill. That's the physical resist and the magical resist. Then the rest of them is all in here, and you can just use this one, top 5. Yeah, top 5, and then just pick whichever stage you are. Basically, that's the chi foundation, and then the chi condensation, gold core, and stuff. You can refer that into tab number 2, which is here. You can refer that to here to pick all these addings. So you should be able to use this section pretty easily. Yeah. The only one more thing I didn't mention in this translation is actually when here is this bit. When you tick that means everything you added is always forced to the best quality. Yeah, best quality. And you can add 10 copy of them or 20 copies, up to you, and then you can just use them. For example, let's say I want to add a motion gold core for blade. I want to add 5 books, and click add, and then in my inventory there are 5 blade motion skills, red quality. But if I don't tick that, if I click add, then that will be 5 randoms, maybe purple, maybe gold, maybe red. Is up to the randomness, random numbers. So this one is really unlucky. I get all purple, which is a bit weird, but anyway, it's okay. And then at this stage, you will remember I said I sometimes use this one, remove all the books so that I can remove all these menus. Otherwise, it's too much in the inventory. Okay. So that's the add everything tab. The last function, which is tab number 4, is modification of the status of a character. So in here, I think this basically got 2 pages here. One page is the normal attributes like age, life expectancy, and then sexuality, prettiness, I can't remember this one called, reputation, dull points, and then just and the demonic, your mood, your health, that's the capacity, maximum health and the maximum mood, maximum energy, maximum life, maximum mana, maximum focus, and luck. And that's your comprehension, attack, defense, travel speed, and resistance, crits, all these basic stuff. Yeah, basic stuff here. But I generally don't tend to change them because they are you. Yeah, you don't want to change yourself just in the middle of the game. Generally, that wouldn't matter for your gameplay anyway. The bit I've actually translated to you is basically, I sometimes do modify them, is the aptitude number and the martial arts spirit root number. Yeah, because sometimes just handy to just quickly change them rather than buy the fruits. And then basically I translate them to here, and also the secondary auxiliary skills. For example, your alchemy or the fort literally just mob doesn't respond. You just can't stay in the map and constantly wait for that. Then you just change this. You can do that. Alright, that's this modification bit. And then the second bit is which is this area, the Dao Soul. So the Dao Soul, firstly, as I noted here, you have to choose the Dao Soul you want. You know Dao Soul is 3 Dao elements combined together, yeah. So you can choose which one you want, but you can choose just all the ones, and then just added them. You get a perfect you will get a perfect Dao Soul for the sword blade, yeah. So blade substats, blade substats, yeah. So that's what Dao Soul means. Tao Soul, yeah. So obviously you can refer to there to find which one you want, like a palm, a spear, and a blade. You can add one. That's it, you know. Okay. And this is sect resource. Sect resource refer to the new content of sect progressions. I will do a quick guide for sect management and sect gameplay, but yeah, give me some time, 1 or 2 weeks. I'm probably able to do it. And this is referred to the sect. Firstly, you need to enter a sect. Yeah, you have to enter a sect first. For example, let's go to my sect, enter it, then you can read it. You have to be the sect owner first, then you can read it, then you can modify this. Yeah, so they are spirit stone, mineral, herb, reputation, stability, prosperity, and loyalty. So what they are is, if you go to your council hall, that's this space: stability, prosperity, prestige, that's the reputation, I mean, spirit stone, mining, and herb. Yeah. So I will do a quick detailed explanation about how this works and how you conquer new sect, and then how does the sect war works. But at the moment it's pretty buggy at the moment anyway, so I'll leave that a little bit mature, and I've got time to play a bit more as well to give you a full picture of it. Yeah. Okay, so this is this section. The last section here, this area I didn't put any translation, is basically you find a person and you can change the relationship between this person. But because English version sometimes is pretty damn difficult to find a person. So for example, if I try to find this guy by Mo, I probably won't even find him. See, I couldn't even find her because the translation between Chinese and English, the way it works is it wouldn't work on this section, so you just ignore it. All right, I believe that's all about the trainer. Yeah, as I speak before in the previous trainer introduction videos, trainer is fine to using trainer is fine to help you gain progress, but that will ruin the game. It's a bad. This game is definitely a really good game, worthwhile to play, hundreds of hours easily. Yeah, and it is okay to use, but there are use of a sensible use. For example, as I said, if you're in a later stage, you're missing a bit of spirit stone. You reasonably, if you want 5 spirit stone, you can. It's very simple. Just find a longer chant instance dungeon. Go in there and do it before the last boss, and then leave and redo it again constantly. That wouldn't cost any ward time, and you can just constantly farm the stones and get your numbers. But if you don't want to waste that time, you can change your spirit stone, which is reasonable, which is understandable, and then it just literally just saves some time. I think that's fine to use. Yeah, fine to use. You may encounter something that you die, and then you don't want to waste time to wait 10 minutes to respawn and stuff. You can use this to change your Bagua Jade to respawn yourself straight away, like speed up your upgrade maybe. Yeah, if you want to save some time, starting game with a better feed instead of rolling for hours to get it. I mean, it is perfectly possible to roll 3 good red ones. I've done it. I have personally done it myself, rolling 2 hours to get 3 red ones in my previous games. But I mean, by taking this, you just save you ton of times. Why not? I mean, this is sensible usage. If you don't wait time for refresh auction, fine, do it. And if you don't want wait time to wait years to get a forge until you can forge books to get forge things, you can change this, no problem. Yeah, so that's the normal stuff you want. But some stuff I don't want you to use, like no cooldown, like for example no cooldown instant kill, infinite HP. That just ruin the game really. Don't use them. Yeah, I mean, keep play the game in a sensible way. The game will feed you back great pleasure as well. So okay, all right, I think that's it for today's video, and hopefully that gave you guys a better understand of these trainers. Obviously the file is shared in the description below. You can always come in and then look at these translations, and also in this video you can come back in to find the position where you can refer what I mean in terms of translations. Okay. Alright, if you got any questions, just leave a message. I will answer sometimes. If I got it time, for example today I finished work a bit early, I can manage to make this video. Alright, thanks for watching. If you like my videos, don't forget to subscribe and then press the bell button. Hopefully I will stream recently, and then I will well, you can come in and pop in and say hello. Cool. Well, that closed today's video. Thanks for watching. I see you next time, fellas and fairies. Have a good day.